Hello and welcome to Mad Dog Goes Racing, and today we're in AMS2 having a look at the latest DLC, the Racing USA. I think that's what it was called. My brain's gone. There have been a couple of complimentary updates. I will just read out the change logs, which is why I'm looking up there. I'm not staring into space. I've got a second screen up there and I'm just reading from it. 1.2.0.1 reverted time races to end without the extra lap. That seemed to be causing an issue, so that'll be added as an optional thing in the complimentary update later. Fixed various incorrect stroke missing help text, added GTE DPi to vehicle select category filters, corrected various vehicle information errors, adjust wet road volume, wet skid and scrub kick-in points moved earlier, and blend with dry sound shortened. So that should change slightly the sort of road skid versus scrub of it to presumably improve it, so it makes it more useful for you to actually listen to. Minor Nürburgring Art Pass, Nürburgring and Nuremberg, totally different things. Long Beach updated trackside cameras and the 1.2.0.2 changelog, further adjustments to the wet road roll sound, added pit lane cones to Laguna Seca, and importantly fixed a crash to desktop issue on game launch if a championship save game with the DLC player car exists. So if you had created a championship with DLC cars and it was going fuck every time you try to launch it, hopefully it will now be fixed. Right, what we're going to do? Well, like I said, we're going to have a look at the DLC, and what we're going to do is, I thought we'd go through and do basically a 2-lap race. There are in total 4 circuits in the USA Pack, and if we go to the USA, we have the Daytona road course, the Nascar version, which has this between in Sector 3, it's extra little nasty chicane, which if you forget it's there you'll go flying past it, but I think there's cones to stop you going that way. Well, they won't stop you, they'll just penalise you if you do, presumably. The Laguna Seca 2020, not my most favourite track, but and last but by no means least, Long Beach, which if you watched my last thing, was what I did a bit of a nice night race in whilst I was talking. Vehicle wise, the DPi is, let's have a look at the liveries available with liveries. What's that, 15? Yeah, 15 different liveries. Nice selection. Sort of randomly interesting colours. We'll select that one, and we'll have a quick look in the showroom if I can press the right button. Nicely modelled car. I'm not 100% sure on specs on DPi. I don't tend to keep up with the sort of American IMSA and all the rest of it series. But at one point the DPi were basically meant to be the same as LMP2. And the idea was that it'd be able to have a crossover and they'll be able to run the LMP2s in the DPi series and the DPIs in the LMP. And it all went a bit pear-shaped, and I think it may have been the AOC went, no. And changed the specs a bit to basically tell the Americans, no, it's our game now. Can't play our game. Get away. So, but nice looking car. Nicely modelled. So we'll select that and get this, and before I forget, this is for some bizarre reason only available as a rolling start, either on being thick or you can't change it, so whatever. Having said that, we did a multiplayer race after this dropped, and we did do Daytona, and I actually ran this car and other people were running the GTE cars. I was the only one in one of these. I won. But on the start, I basically went, turned and pointed up the hill as we went away from a standing start. So I understand why they do a rolling start. I started doing this a minute or two back and went, what? So I ended up pausing it all and went back and went, oh, I've done something bloody stupid, haven't I? But no, you have to have a rolling start. So interesting, but not in the multiplayer, which is okay. So it's obviously something it does in the single player, but not in the multiplayer. Now hopefully I've turned all the BS off, and I hopefully have set this so I forgot to press the throttle, otherwise it won't actually prepare you for it. Right, now hopefully I've set my button so you can have a look around. Oh god, it's going to make me feel I want to do this, but loads of people up there, all nicely modelled. We'll mustn't forget to turn left here. Tricky little corner this. The tendency to go flying off over there somewhere because you've left your braking too late, or end up over there somewhere because you've basically tried to trail brake in there. It's so easy to do, really easy to do. I'm not sure how much of this is straight from SMS and how much is being redone. I think the track surface is slightly smoother. I think they may have redone the mesh. I think it was Daytona oval round the second banking turn was a bit rough, or was that Texas? I can't remember. Nice wheel. I'll set your kids up there and tell them to shut up. But one thing about Daytona, my Christ, it's got big stands. I can't remember how many. Is it 250,000 people I can get in here, or something bloody ridiculous? And you're thinking 250,000 people in there. Or was that Indianapolis? It might be both actually, but you can get a hell of a lot of people in it. But it's all very nicely modelled. It's got plenty of night lighting as well. If you run at night, you do get quite nicely floodlit. I think that's one of the parts of the motorcycle course over there. There are various other layouts you can run around here, but they're all a bit confusing. The motorcycle layout is what's got the motorcycle layout? Is it R-Factor 2? It's got the motorcycle layout, or is it Race Room? One of them has got the motorcycle layout. So there's the motorcycle layout, there's the road course layout, there's the NASCAR layout, and the oval, and I think there's a couple of other weird and wonderful layouts. Pretty sure the bike layout goes over there somewhere, and it's like, first time I ever ran it I was like, where the hell am I? Now I'm assuming because there's not exactly overpopulated over there, it's a bit hard to tell with the coloured seats, but up on the banking, if you run on the banking, you might notice, especially if you're in VR, that the world sort of does weird things. So you might have to play with your world settings on whether it's one end of the scale or the other, and end up finding the right balance that doesn't make you feel sick. It's not the most interesting piece of track up here, I have to say, because there's just a wall up there with that barrier, lots of nice tyre marks on it. It's if I can persuade my look left button to look left. I don't know about you, that's quite disorienting. But I'm leading apparently. Loads of big billboards up there. Helicopter. Wave to the people flying past. But again, even outside the circuit, they've got lots of nice little extras, like all the little tents and these sort of stands and things. These, I don't know if these are extra lumpy or what, but this one especially is, I think I was taking off over that the other day when we were running around it. So, nice trees. Have a look at the nice trees. Plenty of lighting up there. If you're running in the dark. It should all be well lit so you can see where the hell you're going if you want to do a 24-hour Daytona race, which it is available to do, of course. One of the things about ovals and fast ovals is trying to work out where the bloody hell the pit entrance is. It's always a fun thing to have to do. And as you come down here, it's sort of, I think you have to end up by that white line and then follow it around. But we're going to get in the car and we're going to give it some whirly. I think I may have turned the sound down a bit in the game. That's the if I stick it on the rev limiter, you can hear the new rev limiter sound. I think it's a little bit peculiar. You can just hear it going blip. Yeah, I'm sure I must have turned the sound down in the game because it's a little bit quiet. I might have to correct that. As you can see, as we fly right out, oops, forget to change gear. It is quite quick. I think it's pulling 187 along there the other day when we were playing it. Just getting to the top. You see what I mean about flying over that turn? Gets a little bit airborne. But the car feels great. It's nicely balanced. Even though it's got no ABS, it's quite easy to modulate the brakes, especially if you turn the sound up a little bit and get a bit more volume on it. I will just hit the view replay purely so as I can hit the save button. Where's the save button gone? Oh, it must have saved it automatically. Oh, has it saved it automatically? Or am I just losing the plot? Okay, that's I hope it saved the bloody thing, because if it hasn't I'll be annoyed. Right, return to main menu. I'll just check to see if it's actually saved something, because I don't know about you, but I didn't see a save button. That's today. It's obviously automatically saved it. Okay. Can't argue with that. Right, where's me? Just audio. Yeah, shite, I had turned it down, so about there should do, hopefully. Hope that's not trimmed down. I will have to remember to turn the sounds up a bit on that first bit of the and oop, wrong button. That one. Right. Now we'll go to the Nascar road course and we'll go to the next of the Racing USA cars, which will be GTE, and we'll go with the Corvette, which I believe I have actually tried around here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I meant to go, oh, have a look at the edit incoming. Exit. Let's try that again. We'll select this and we'll go into the showroom, have a quick look, and it's blurred. Bloody depth of field. Right, have a look at the liveries. Reasonable number, in reasonable colours. That one's quite pretty, and that's the sort of reverse colour. But we'll stick with the official Cadillac cars and go in the showroom, and hopefully it's in focus this time. Again, really nicely modelled. Oh bloody thing! Come on, get in focus, you stupid thing. I really need to sort this out because it makes the showroom a bit of a joke at times if you're going, oh look at this lovely car, and it's all out of bloody focus. So, but again, really nicely modelled, and that'll do because I can't be bothered with keep looking at something. Now I must remember as we go around here that there's this little extra kink. Now I'm assuming because they've added the NASCAR cars that at some point there'll be some NASCAR cars. So, right, again I'm assuming there's going to be a rolling start. Yep. Let's get outside the car. Ooh. That's got a bit of nose to it, doesn't it? Now, very much it's going to look exactly the same all over here as it did on the other one, so we won't go too slowly. Again, this is such a tricky little corner to get right. If you've got your sort of tyre sounds and everything wound up a little bit, you can usually get a fairly good idea of what it's going to be like to try and get in a car with no ABS and try and get it to stop there. It's much easier in a car with ABS because you just bang the bloody thing to the floor and slow down. Whereas if you've got to do a bit of brake modulation, it's a little bit more tricky. Hopefully if you've got the right sounds, the right feedback, either through your wheel or if you've got Fanatec pedals with the little spinny bits on them that tell you when you're locking up and doing things like that, you should hopefully be able to get the art of a bit of gentle modulation of the brake down to a T. The only thing you do have to watch out for sometimes is the balance of the brakes can be a little bit iffy, and you can end up locking the back end, especially as you scrub off speed. So you can find though I think they've now added the engine braking thing in it, so you can change the engine braking a bit, and if you're finding you're locking the rears, you can try changing that and reducing the amount of engine braking to see if that actually helps a bit, because sometimes it's as you scrub off speed you find the engine braking suddenly sort of shoots up a bit and it actually locks up the back end. Always a pain when it happens, but my god, that is a huge grandstand, isn't it? Enormous grandstand. I'm sure their Portaloos are blue, not blue, in the UK they're usually blue, these ones are brown. It's like, what an appropriate colour for a Portaloo. Let's give it a little bit more welly across the back here. Sounds really nice. Got a nice bit of depth to it. So of course this is an identical layout apart from the extra little chicane at the end, so that's why I'm not going too slowly. Again, lump, bump. There's a bit of a sausage curl on the inside. I'm not sure if I'm catching that as well, or whether it's just... Oh, we might stay in the other bit because we're coming up to this horrible chicane, aren't we? So let's get back out on the... that one. Plenty of exhaust, nice. Now, just after the banking, I think it is, so just as you come off the banking is where you should see some cones, You also see the blue bit on the infield here. It's a bit of an awkward bastard because it's it looks like it's going to be a lot faster, but it's actually tighter on the exit than it is on the entry, so it's more sort of triangular. Probably got stone cold tyres, so forgive me if I fuck up, because it'll be a case of you hear the scrubbing and the slight skidding noises as I'm trying to get to the braking limit without overdoing it. Again, nice internal sound. The insides of the car look really nice. It feels great. It's got a nice feel to the where the limit of the grip is. Inside. Oh, no, don't do that. I get really confused if I try looking around in the car whilst I'm going at any sort of speed. That's why I don't use the look to apex thing. It just does my head in. Yeah, I think I might be actually hitting that little yellow sausage curve a bit. Now comes the hard bit, which is me trying to decide where I should try and stop, slow down, or do something with this last bit. And you'll notice I'm sort of trying to look underneath the sun visor a bit, and obviously my head's still at the same point no matter what I do. If you're in VR you can sort of duck down a bit, but again, really nice looking little car. Sounds nice, feels nice. I think I've done an excellent job on it. So again, don't let it go to the replay because it hopefully will have saved it. Now this one's got a save button. Why has this one got a save button when the other one didn't? Right, I will save, unless of course it was just gone to a certain point in the auto advancing in. Weird. So I'll just check to make sure I have actually got 2 replays now. I do hate it when this sort of thing happens, so yep, Cadillac, yep. Right, so next up we're going to have a look at the BMW. Have a look in the liveries. Again, a reasonable selection, not huge, but enough to oh, that's rather nice. Enough to give you a nice choice. We'll stick with the default and we'll have a laugh, see if we can have a look. Oh, it's actually working in the showroom. Again, really nicely modelled. I'm not sure it's the prettiest car in the world. It's alright, but there's certain cars you sort of look at it and go, wow, that's really nice, and there's other cars you sort of go, meh. This is more on the end of the scale than the wow. I think the Cadillac is really nice. It's just got that certain, I don't know what it is about it. It's sort of sexy but slightly angular. Really weird, but whatever. Certain cars do it for you, certain cars won't. But it's an interesting looking car. I mean, you look at the back when it turns around again. I do wish they'd put in some controls for this damn thing. If we get around to it. It seems to have an air intake at the on the sort of back bit. Oh, come on. Show me the back of the car. Come on. Not up here, sort of up here. Up the top here, you can just see it there. There's an air intake, so. Any road, oh, you can actually see it there, look. Dope. Now, circuit-wise, we're going to go to the next American circuit, which is, oh dear, Laguna Seca. It's probably the least appropriate car for the least appropriate track, although obviously it's GTE, so they should be reasonably well balanced. So here we go, let's hit the start button and see what happens. Again, we'll do a slow lap, and then we'll do a slightly faster lap. It won't be super fast, but it'll be faster. I'm assuming this will be a standing start, though it might not be. Depends whether the start was rolling on the previous one because it's Daytona, or whether it was rolling because it's GTE and they only do GTE rolling start. I don't know. Any rolled up, let's have a look. No, it's standing start, so whilst it's doing that, we'll just, let's just hear what it sounds like. Wow! That's got some crackle to it. Hit the right button. There we go. Now, quick look. Hello, crowd. Nice hills and all. Right, let's get rolling. As always, nice vegetation. Something about Mirillis Circus got really nice vegetation everywhere, and it always seems to add that little sort of extra bit. I suspect when they get seasonal variations for this, it will look like this most of the year round, because it's basically dry. It's basically in a bloody desert as far as I can see, so it'll look much the same no matter what. Typical small American vehicle over there. At one point the circuit used to go over there, and I'd like to see a version of this from when it first was built, when it shot off over there, because it was much more of an ovalish in terms of the layout, because it was sort of went straight up there. There was none of this little infield section, but again, all nicely done. Watch out for the sand and gravel, because it will probably kill you and drag you in. This is one of the reasons I don't like this circuit. Slightest mistake, you're in the sand and goodbye. Plenty of people around here. Hopefully they're all socially distanced, or at least wearing masks. Again, plenty of, and I think they've got a nice balance on like vehicles and infield bits and pieces that gives it plenty of life without going over the top. Is mothers, polishers, waxers and cleaners real? Because sometimes you're thinking, is this made up or is this genuine? Let's have a look over there. Yep. Ooh, confuse myself as it comes back. Strange little hut. It's when you're driving around slowly, you sort of notice things and you think, it's like that. It's like a little escarpment up there. And thinking, oh, didn't ever notice that before. No, I think it's actually the first time I've been round. Yeah, the first time I've driven around it since the DLC has dropped. So it's the first time I've actually seen their version of it. But it looks pretty damn good. I have managed to extend that runoff a little bit over the years, even though I moved the circuit this way a bit. Also, this, many years ago, they actually effectively flattened the top of it. It used to be much higher than this. I think it used to be more level where that bank is, so it had more of a to it, which caused all sorts of problems. So, I couldn't agree more. But yeah, it's actually really, really nicely modelled. It's got a really nice sort of patination to the tarmac, little black marks everywhere and things like that. My God, that is an enormous sand trap inside a sand trap. I have to say, this does look really nice. I'm assuming this is off a laser scan. I can't remember if the estimate, I'm sure that's not as banked out of other versions. Either that's because we're going slow. I hadn't noticed how banked that corner is. Alright, let's wave to the fans, hello, and then we'll go for it. Well, sort of. Now, the R Factor 2 version of this car annoys the shit out of me, because it's got that air compressor on the overrun, but it seems really intrusive on that, whereas this doesn't seem as bad. I don't think it goes as long, and I don't think it's quite as loud in this, so it's... Oops. Nearly lost it. Cold tyres. I hate that corner. But the car, again, nice and communicative. Talks to you. That's what I'm trying to say. More than I do, anyway. Definitely feels different to the Corvette, which you would expect because it's engine at the front, not in the middle. So, it sounds really nice. Handles really nice. Again, I'm not going to give you a definitive answer on what do I think if you're going to talk about, oh, let's do a 2-hour race and do the tyres hold up and all the rest of it. Hopefully they do. We did, I think, 15 minutes race the other day, and they seem to hold up all right. As long as they don't go over a certain temperature, I think you're fine. It's one of the things they've been trying to sort out is this sort of like you get to a certain plateau and the tyres seem to go, not sure about this, and you suddenly find that you start losing the car. So again, I'll hit that button just to make sure, and go back, and then return to the main menu. But yeah, really nicely modelled circuit. It looks really nice. They seem to have got the right balance with their shaders, where it looks nice and realistic. It doesn't look sort of cartoony. It doesn't have that sort of maybe oversaturated look that Project Cars 2 had with some of the time, I thought. Whether that's a lighting thing or whether it's just the way they wanted it to look, I'm not sure, but sometimes it just looked a bit oversaturated. Right, last but not least, the RSR. Have a look at the liveries. Again, a selection of. Whether or not that's sort of any specific type of works livery, I don't know. But that's very pink, isn't it? That's shocking pink, I think. Is that shocking pink? I wouldn't know. I'm not easily shocked. Showroom, hopefully this is in... Yep, it is. Now, you will notice this is the side exhaust. Whoop, hit my microphone again, because this is a 2019 car. Hopefully the internals, the sort of steering wheel and everything is the correct steering wheel, because I think when this first dropped in the beta, somebody went, oh, it's a 2019 exterior with a 2017 steering wheel, and I went, yep. Nice modelling. Again, looks lovely. It's got the 2019 pipes coming out the sides. It's still got the 2017, I think it is, sounds, or it might be 2016. The sort of straight pipe out the back sound. And the reason for that is quite simple. They haven't got the newer sounds yet. When they do, they'll put them in. So it doesn't sound quite how it should. I'm not sure what the difference is. It sounds like a Porsche RSR to me. I mean, I don't sit there going, I think that's quite the wrong tone there, you know. And circuit wise, we are on Long Beach. And again, 2 laps, see how we get on. How long have I been waffling? Ooh, 35 minutes, not too bad. Try not to waffle too long. Now, the one thing about this circuit is it looks good during the day. It looks absolutely fucking amazing at night. It sounds quite good inside. Let's see what it sounds like from behind. Something just leaked. Right. Like I said, the attention to detail in this circuit is just fucking incredible. You might find, because of the attention to detail and the amount of detail in it, that if you're running in VR especially, you might find it's a little bit more difficult to run. Over there somewhere is the Queen Mary, so if you go into photo mode from about here somewhere, you can zoom in over there and you see the Queen Mary parked in the harbour. I believe somebody was actually complaining about the palm trees being not quite correct. I wouldn't know a palm tree if it came and bit me on the arse, but there you go. Again, nice Ferris wheel. Everywhere's got Ferris wheels. That must be one of those things. Now, the correct racing line is actually this side of the blue line, but a lot of people go the other side of the lines and get in there. All of this lot lights up like a Christmas tree at night. They've got the two dolphins on the statue in the middle. If we can, is it two dolphins? I think it's actually more than two, because I think it's two big ones and a load of little ones as well. But these buildings, they all light up crazily nicely at night. So, if you look at my previous video, I did that. So, don't wish to repeat myself. Again, I'll say it again, I don't wish to repeat myself. But again, this is one of the SMS circuits. This all lights up in purple and it's all bloody amazing at night. It's pretty good during the day. Again, really nice surface feel to it. Even at this speed you can feel lots of little knocks and rumbles in the surface. I don't know if they changed slightly the curb sounds, because they do sound a little bit different. Again, this building lights up like a Christmas tree, and this lot, all of these windows are lit up at night with various shop frontages. This is all laser scan. This is all scanned by SMS during the week of the Long Beach Indy race. Was it 2017, 2018? Whenever it was, 2017. They went over there especially to do it, but it does look really nice. I was expecting a bit more echo as we went underneath the bridges and things, but there isn't. Loads of apartments. Probably cost a bloody fortune to live up there, because you can see some sea over there, presumably. I assume there's nothing between them and that. Just trying to think, is it this one that's actually based in a car park or something daft? But all really nice models. Obviously this was almost the sort of crown jewels from Project Cars 2, as there's so much effort went into doing it all and getting it all and doing all the work on it. So it's getting a car. Oh, that screams. Now, the important bit is not to outbrake yourself into the first corner, because it makes you look a right tool. So we're going to try about the 400 feet marker. Is that feet? Is it metres? I think it's feet. And the car feels really nice. Sounds really nice as well. Like I said, I don't know what the difference is between. I think the newer ones meant to sound a lot more sort of bassy and sort of beefy down the bottom end. So I'm sure somebody get it all sorted out eventually. Probably didn't want to go down there first for that, but yeah, that's talking quite nicely in every way possible. That's a bit of a tight turn. That's a horrible corner, but I mean, even the external sounds on the replay sound bloody amazing on that. Just go to the replay, make sure we saved it. Save. Hello. Now, the sounds. I have to say, all the cars, I mean, I haven't done a huge amount of miles in any of them yet, but all the cars feel great. They all sound pretty good, they all look pretty good, the circuits are all really nice, loads of detail, all seem to be really nicely modelled, got the right amount of scenery, the right amount of life to them, and I think they're all great additions. And if you haven't bought the pack yet, why not? It's sensibly priced. And if you're only interested in the road cars and the road course, the DPIs and the GTEs, you can buy just this part of it. You don't have to buy a whole lot. So, well worth the money. And like I said, I'm just going to have to go through the replays, and I'll replay them and put them up in the corner up there. So, of course, by now you'll have seen they're up in the corner up there. So, who am I talking to? Myself, as always, but there you go. So, that's it for this particular edition of, and enjoy your racing and enjoy these, because they are bloody brilliant. I am sure you will see lots and lots of leagues running these very shortly, so I'm pretty sure RWB will be. We've got a Porsche Cup, I think, coming up, and even the Porsche Cups have improved with the latest update, so I'm looking forward to that one. But from me, for now, that's all, and enjoy racing, and goodbye.